GG's The Mouthful podcast is brought to you by goodgame.tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.
What's up, everybody? This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 77 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
GG!
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. And of course, that voice with me is Mr. David Santos, aka Dream Twister.
With the chocolate starfish and the hot dog flavored water.
I still don't understand this.
Dude, this
hot dog flavored water. That's dirty water dog.
That is the name of one famous, once renowned Limp Bizkit. First
Limp
album.
Bizkit.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I don't know why we started talking about
Limp Bizkit. Yes.
I think it's because you wanted to show me something
from Total Bizkit,
which is a famous YouTuber. And
I was like, why do they keep taking me to these bands? I'm not trying to look this guy up.
Has anybody heard from Limp Bizkit? What is Limp Bizkit doing now?
I don't know. He's probably working in a fast food restaurant,
my God,
a gas station or something a gas station. No, he looked kind of like a mechanic.
He had money. He made money. I thought.
Yeah,
dude,
but I mean, is he making money now? Because money goes away fast.
Well, he did it all for the nookie.
Oh man, then that's definitely a road to hell, my friend.
To ruin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man. Well, if this is your first time listening, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This is, of course, the exclusive podcast for GG Gamer Group, which is on Facebook, of course, and you can go there directly. Just go to goodgame.tech, and it'll take you directly to the group.
And invite your friends.
And ask to join, invite your friends. We'll let you in, and of course,
we have a referral link that you can use, and for every friend you invite to the group, we'll give you $0.
Yes, but we get you a lot of likes.
Yes, a lot of thank yous. Exactly. Yes. We might even friend you.
Yeah, it's
not a creep.
It's most likely going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're friendly that way. And of course, if you're listening to this on Google or iTunes or YouTube, please subscribe, like the channel. Quick little announcement that I think I mentioned it before. We'll make it like a little housekeeping here. GG is doing Extra Life this year, guys.
Yes, we are.
And that's November 4th. For those who don't know what Extra Life is, first off, it is great stuff, okay? What we're doing, of course, is raising money for Children's Hospital. We are actually teaming up with the guys over at Nivel Escondido, and actually it's a bigger group of them, and there's a good 8 or 9 other groups involved.
Yep.
It's all about raising money for the kids, the most important part, of course. And what we're doing is we're doing a 24-hour stream. And
Streamathon.
A streamathon, yes.
Streamathon, there you go.
And if you go to www.twitch.tv/Good Game Gamer Group. That's our channel, and also subscribe to the channel there. And, of course, if you want to tune in to see us working our games off there. Sir, have you decided what you're going to play?
Games? No, not yet, because I'm trying to have. I'm thinking it's probably going to be Yakuza Kiwami.
Oh, you're just going to start Kiwami?
I'm thinking, yeah, but it really depends on what's out there. Because if I'm going to be awake for that long of a time, especially a newbie like me when it comes to streamathons.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to want something that will keep me awake. So it'll either be that or, I don't know, whatever's new.
Whatever's new at that point. I'm actually going to go back to The Witcher, man. I'm just going to do it.
Oh, shoot. You're going back to The Witcher.
I'm going back. I've been wanting to go back. I've been talking about going back. And what better way than to, well, of course, we'll keep it clean. It's for the kids after all. Make sure Geralt does the right stuff during the stream. But overall, what better way to jump back into that wonderful world of The Witcher? So we're going to jump right into, by the way, in case you're wondering where the third voice is.
Oh, yes.
Shadow 24/7, a.k.a. Chris Montanez.
She's completely a shadow.
She is, yes. She's disappeared. She's disappeared. She's gone.
We're
not sure
shadowless.
where she went. No, I'm kidding, guys. She's just not with us today, but she will join us, of course, next week.
Will she?
Yes.
I don't know. I'll
she's a
check.
shadow, so I mean,
Yeah, she
it's
can come and
debatable,
go
I
as she
guess.
pleases.
Yeah.
As she pleases.
Exactly. We don't want to get stabbed. So
No,
you know,
exactly.
It's like, hey,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
you don't want to
Shadow
join us today.
assassin.
I understand.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Oh, just to clarify real quick, Extra Life benefits the Children's Miracle Network of Hospitals.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe in that network is St. Jude's
Yes.
Children's Hospital.
Well, there's a bunch of them.
There's a bunch
We're
of them.
actually
Yeah.
GG is going to be raising money for Arnold Palmer
Okay.
Children's Hospital here in the Orlando area. But of course, it's the network is many different hospitals. So
Yeah. I love when gamers unite for good causes
for a
like
great
that.
cause, yes, absolutely.
For some
I
reason,
agree.
this one in particular has stuck.
yes,
Very much.
and it's
But I think-
important. It's important.
Yeah, we should definitely develop this where the industry, the gaming industry, will unite as a whole for like different causes. Since most people tend to see us gamers are lazy ass,
Lazy,
do nothing,
don't do nothing,
and
yeah.
it's usually the first impression that people think when they're those gamers, good for nothings. But no, it's good to have good campaigns like this.
Exactly, I 100% agree. All right, well, we're going to jump right into our first segment, and that's what have we been up to? So, Mr. David Santos.
Oh.
Should I start if you're not ready?
Yeah, go ahead and tell me what I need to. I need to collect my thoughts.
Okay. Well, I've only done one thing, so you're gonna have to be
Quick about it.
Well, we actually went to go see Blade Runner.
Blade Runner, yes.
1949, yes.
Oh damn! I could have used that one.
Yes, you
Yes,
could
we
have.
saw Blade Runner.
Yes.
What do you think, sir?
Sir, I have been thinking about this movie more and more often. So this is what I did. First off, this was my Saturday. Got up. I knew we were going out that evening to go check it out. By the way, we saw it at the Epic Theaters in here in Orlando.
Great
It's a
theater.
good, it's a great theater. And but before that, I got up. I watched the original Blade Runner again, the final cut.
The first one.
Okay. And then I watched the 3 short films that were released, which fill in the gap. There's 2 live action, and one of them is an anime. The anime, honestly, is probably the best of the 3.
Really?
Yes, best of the 3.
That one has action.
That one, well, yeah, obviously you can have more action in it. That's not true because the other one has a character from Sappy, Morgan Sappy. Well,
that?
he's at the very beginning of the film, the very very beginning of the film. Played by oh gosh, what is his name? Dave Bautista.
Okay. Well, okay. The reason that names don't come to mind is because I saw the original Blade Runner when I was still in my early teens.
Oh no, I'm talking about this one we just saw.
No, but does he make an appearance on the
original?
On the original?
No. He only makes an appearance
from the anime, and then he jumps to.
Yeah.
Oh,
So basically,
okay, got you.
So the anime takes place in 2022. So the first Blade Runner was 2019, which is a little shocking when you think about it. That's 2 years from now.
That's next year we're gonna have flying cars,
And then the follling year, we have
everything will look
replicas.
very noir. The world would be, the world would have gone to shit. Well, yeah.
Depends. If you have money, then maybe not.
No, but kind of like, I guess it's gonna be 2019.
2019.
Exactly, except for the flying cars.
For the flight, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, yeah, I guess maybe not. So no, then the anime takes place in 2022, and then the other ones were 2036.
That's
and
the
then,
anime?
No, the anime was 2022.
Okay.
The other one was 2036. That's a live action one, and then the last one took place a year before the 2049, so 2048. Anyway, my point is to say, I was completely like. I engulfed myself.
You envelop yourself in the Blade Runner.
In Blade Runner, and then wait to go see the film. And first off, I think that in a way that was kind of important because if there's one thing about the film, it's not going to hold your hands. The first one didn't hold your hands when it came to the concepts. This one's not going to hold your hand.
Yes.
It almost to me feels like you may benefit from knowing the first one. You may actually require. It almost be required.
You might want to. Yeah. I think it does references a lot of the things from the first movie. Which again, I don't remember anything about the first movie.
Okay.
Nothing at all. So I might as well have gone like completely new, and I did. and I mean, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But,
I really enjoyed it. I really dug it.
Probably not as much as someone that would have been fresh
Fresh
out
off
of
it.
watching
Yeah.
the first one. Because the thing with the first one is that for watching it now, it's a movie that it probably doesn't hold 100%, and with the effects, but also mostly with like the flow of the narrative. They're kind of slow movies.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well, this
they're
one
very
is too. 2049
drama,
was also.
And so was this one. Yeah,
This one
definitely.
was. I mean, not that it was boring, but it's a slow paced
No.
movie. You know,
But it might be boring for people that
who don't know yet.
If
This
you're-
is not
this is not
sci-fi action, guys.
No,
This
if you're
is-
going expecting like a
Yeah.
Star Trek level of
or Star Wars
or anything like that, no.
Yeah,
Leave-
this is not what Blade Runner is
check
about.
your expectations at the door because this is going to be a soap opera.
yeah. And almost
A
3
sci-fi
hours
soap
long.
opera.
Yeah.
and yes, 3 hours long.
But no, I really, really enjoyed it. I told you I saw the first Blade Runner for the first time just a few years ago. And I didn't really care for it. I was like, I had to see it because everybody was like, oh man, this
It's a
is
cult
like
classic,
the seminal sci-fi
Yeah.
cult classic. Like, it's like the best. You got to check it out.
Yeah.
And so I watched it and I was like, no. So when I watched it again, clearly my expectations were out the window because I already know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
I got to say, I didn't suddenly love it, but I do have more of appreciation for it watching it the second time, and then of course leading into this one was really good. So yeah, that's really all I did, and I cannot recommend this movie more, but I understand if you don't want to because it is a hard sell. First off, the trailers for it were great because they didn't show nothing.
No.
There's only one reveal in the trailer, and that's Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
That's the only reveal. Although, really think about it, man. If they never showed Harrison Ford, how amazing that would have been.
That would have blew my mind.
Yeah, that would have been that.
But again, they needed to sell this
They had
movie
to do
somehow.
something, and the rest of the trailer does nothing. It just shows Harrison Ford, but you don't even know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Harrison Ford, the main character of the first one. He's the protagonist of the original one.
Of the original Blade Runner.
on his younger days.
Correct, yes.
Han Solo days.
And it's
Yeah.
exactly. And he's very different too, as far as character. When you look at the two, the original versus this one, the one played by what's his name? The guy who plays K. Ryan Gosling.
yes.
Ryan Gosling. So
Ryan
they're
Gosling.
two very different people. But it
I
worked.
thought it was
worked
great.
well
I thought
together.
Ryan Gosling was really good. In this
Oh, yeah,
movie.
me too.
I thought
Absolutely.
every actor, I would say, except maybe for Jared
Leto?
a little bit.
Yeah, he seemed to rub some people not exactly the best way.
But even then, I didn't have any problem. The only problem that I have with this movie is that it kind of left some loose ends that I was like, okay, so what happened here? Where is the ending of this plot? Almost. And it was kind of a letdown on that front, but I will still recommend it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will
if you're a fan of sci-fi at all, whether you watch, honestly, if you're a fan of sci-fi, you should already have seen Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, you should still watch. I watched it knowing whether I like it or not, I have to watch it. You know what I mean?
But let's be real. If you didn't like Blade Runner, then don't waste your time. I would say.
It's a hard sell. If you weren't a fan of the original and you saw it back in the day or whatever, chances are you might like. I didn't like the first Blade Runner. I went to see this one because I wanted to see more, and I really really like this one. So I don't know. Take that. Take that with a grain of salt, as they say.
When The Arrival came, the movie The Arrival last year.
Yes.
Did you like it?
I freaking love The Arrival.
All right. I was okay with it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either.
That's another.
But
the beauty of that one.
If you like the Arrival, you'll definitely be okay here.
The comparison between the two is simple. Just like this is not your typical sci-fi film.
Yeah.
The Arrival is not your typical alien film. You know what I mean? It's really not about an alien invasion. It's way more deeper than that.
This is sci-fi. The Blade Runner is sci-fi noir, I would say.
Oh yeah.
I would call it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
But which you really think about it, a lot of people compare the original character Deckard, played by Harrison Ford, with a private detective. Yeah. So if you like private detective films or stories, you'll definitely dig this because it's essentially what it is.
Dude, there was a PC game back in the day that was, when point and click adventure games were the thing.
The LucasArts ones,
yeah. I don't remember. I want to say it was Westwood Studios.
Okay.
That made this game. They were later acquired and subsequently destroyed by EA.
Thank you, EA.
But they had a Blade Runner game for the PC.
Mm-hmm.
That game for the time looked amazing. It was that exactly that level. If you see the movie, the movie has those it's very 80s lean. It leans towards that era of like high neon lights.
It's very, very cyberpunk.
Very cyberpunk. Yes,
yeah,
exactly. So it had that in droves, and the game was really good. Also, I don't remember if I ever beat it or not. I remember the story being like ridiculously interesting, and it was, of course, it was Blade Runner, and I think I remember from watching the movie back in the day. But I can't say. I'm thinking. I wish they will remake that game.
The game itself,
but that'd be awesome. But I doubt that would be. Anyway, not enough good things could be said about this movie. Just know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
definitely. An action movie. Just
props to the director. I got to give props because this is not an easily greenlit project. And his name. So his name, first off, he's the maker. By the way, he's the maker of Arrival.
The Arrival. I was gonna say
and Sicario.
Oh shoot! For real? He did Sicario?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
So and
which is a great movie, Sicario. Yes.
Exactly. But you see, their slow.
Oh my God!
Moments.
When I tell my wife,
she's gonna trip.
She really likes Sicario. She did not like Blade Runner at all. Blade Runner 2049 at all.
No, she downright hated it.
She downright hated it. And that's the thing, right? It's gonna be, you have to know what you're getting into. This was a very long movie, and tedious is the wrong word, but it also kind of fitting.
It's slow paced.
It's slow paced. Okay, it's slow paced. Yeah. But she was like, I think she said that she enjoyed the happening more than the and because she hates the happening so much.
Oh my God!
And this one, she said this one dethroned it.
So the guy's name is. I keep seeing his name, and I want to say it's Denis Villanueva, but it's not because he's French, so it's Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve, oh,
and I'm like, something like that, Villeneuve. But yeah, respect, props. So far as I'm concerned, of those three alone, he's 3-0.
Yeah.
What I mean?
Shoot.
He has other projects and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you're right. Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve. But it's Denis.
Suspense.
Denis Villeneuve. Yeah.
Denis Villeneuve.
Anyway, props. I enjoyed the hell out of the movie. That's really all I saw. I can't stop talking about it, but I'm going to start talking about it now so you can say what the hell you've been doing.
Wait. No games?
No, I'm still playing the
Nier
Automata. Yeah, I'm just dying to get to the end of this game already.
You got to see the end of the game. The game is awesome. Anyway, so what have I been doing? Well, I decided to take a break. First of all, I still play. They extended the Star Wars Battlefront 2 beta.
Oh, okay.
So I got to play a little bit more on the final days. And man, even though I hate the news about the microtransactions and stuff like that, and we're probably going to talk about that later on, but that game looks like it's going to be awesome. At least I hope the single player is, because then at least I can say, well, at least I enjoy a good single player campaign. I got a reason because, not to say the multiplayer is bad. The multiplayer was fantastic. I really enjoyed what I played, but my concern is the pay to win aspect of it.
The possible pay to
win. If we jump a little bit ahead of the news, they already, DICE is already, the developers, or one of the developers, because when you put that game, you have 6 different houses working on that, including Criterion. So they're already addressing the fact that this is mostly cosmetic. Well, they don't see. It's weird because they say, they don't say fully it's just cosmetic. They just say the strongest things that you could get in the game, you have to get them through progression, or you'll be limited. Even if you pay for something, you still have to gain the level in the game to use it. Or the rank, not the level, but the rank. Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say, this is why I was bringing up the Total Biscuit.
The Total Biscuit, the Limp Biscuit.
Yeah, because very recently, Shadow of War is in the wild, if I'm not mistaken. It's already out.
Shadow of War, right, Shadow of War is out.
So, and it's getting, 8s and 9s, whatever. But Total Biscuit did point out that a lot of people left out certain things. Like you can get only up to an epic orc for your whatever. Only the legendary orcs are only in loot boxes, and my understanding
that's messed up.
My understanding is only in paid loot boxes.
Yeah, that's even more messed upper.
So, and then on top of that, apparently, again, this is grain of salt, Total Biscuit. If it's wrong, blame him. This is just me. This is just me relaying the information I'm hearing. Evidently, the real ending is also required. For you to...
Are you serious?
Yeah. Otherwise, you can still do it, but it requires an immense amount of grinding. So
Jesus, they just gave an idea to actually, they are WB shit. Yeah. So another Batman where you can complete all the Riddler quest, or you can just pay and get them all done with.
Exactly.
Oh my god! So freaking Oh my god!
Again,
one of my most anticipated games of the year.
Shadow War was,
and it was. I'm complete. I'm boycotting it. I'm not touching that.
I don't want to. And it's a shame because the reason I you know me, right? I vote with my wallet.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? If I don't like something, I'm not going to buy it.
Yes.
Regardless of how good everybody says it is. I didn't do Skyrim. I freaking boycotted Bethesda for like years.
Yes.
Because it was, let's be real. Skyrim came out for PS3. It was broken on many. They could never get it to work. And they just said, "Oh, hey, we can't get it to work." And that was it. So that pissed me off. But the point is that I vote my wallet. Shadow of War. I have my desire for it is just no. I'm done. I have not. It doesn't even bother me that I'm not even going to play it anymore. It's like whatever. It's not for me.
I seen it $20 or $25 on PC with heavy discounts, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. But then you have Battlefront.
I know.
And I was like, man,
oh my god,
this hurts. This really hurts because again, here I am. Again, we don't know. We don't know until it comes out, and EA is evidently
historically
addressing.
They don't
something.
have the best record,
but it leaves me with this. Man, that's 2 games. If we look at it, if I decide to just not do, that's 2 major games this fall that I'm saying no to, and part of me is like, I should definitely Shadow War. I don't even have regrets of not getting. You know what I mean? But Star Wars, dude. Star Wars is Star Wars. You know what I mean? And like you said, if it has a great single player, but it doesn't matter. You still supported the game with it.
I know. I know. It feels well. Loot boxes are the cancer of gaming for in 2017. Oh, and of course this from before time, but it looks like every developer is now exploiting the worst of it. Nowadays. And let's be honest. We have Overwatch to thank for most of it. I would say because hey, they trended it. They might have not started it, but they trended it.
And even
if it's domestic or whatever.
Yeah, I was going to say in all fairness, they did it the right way. It's all cosmetic,
but it takes one company to take it to the next level. Be like, well, hey,
you can say this stuff, but I wouldn't blame them. Say they did it and they did it the right way, and then everybody's like, well, we don't want to go that way. You know what I mean? We want to make money from this. So
yeah. Wow,
that sucks.
What I was gonna say is that what did we expect the moment the announcement 3 years ago that EA was going to be the exclusive publisher for every Star Wars title. It was like that already should have prompted you that this was going to turn to the dark side real fast. This was going to be this was gonna be awful.
That was literally the gaming equivalent of Order 66.
Of Order 66, exactly. That's exactly what. You know what? I want to take it the next step. This was the equivalent of the destruction of Alderaan. This was the equivalent of the. It's like a million voices cried out in faith, and then
were quickly silenced.
And then quickly silenced.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's a great shame because underneath it all, and I'm sure that is the same thing with Shadow of War. Underneath there is a great game trying to shine among the crap that is like the exploitative. Loot, microtransactions and loot crates and stuff like that. Which I believe it was also the YouTuber Total Biscuit. When I say Limp Bizkit,
also known as Limp Bizkit.
No. That gave the idea. Hey, maybe the ESRB and like the controlling agencies, the rating boards, should consider these games as having a gambling element. Whether you agree or not, because also there is an argument to be said that, hey, this is not different than, buying like packs of Magic the Gathering cards or baseball cards or Star Wars cards, whatever. You open it up, you pay money, you open it up, and you get what you get. And you're not necessarily gambling because you're still getting something. But it's the addictive nature of and the exploiting of exactly, and that's the problem, and also you knew that it looked too good to be true at the E3 announcement of hey, and we're gonna give you all the maps for all Star Wars, all the DLC is free. That was like Jar Jar Binks giving the Emperor power, anonymous power on the Senate. Yes. Giving Emperor Palpatine.
Too good to be true.
Yeah, it was like, and everybody applauded. Yeah. And yes. And this is Padme saying, "This is how liberty ends." Yeah. That's exactly that announcement.
We are really
of EA. I know we're on fire. That announcement of EA being the exclusive publisher of Star Wars game and everybody applauding that was like, I felt like, this is how liberty ends. How democracy dies. Yes.
Oh man,
it was. Yeah. Oh man.
So I'm glad you enjoyed it, sir. For the record.
So yeah. Excuse me. I did enjoy it for what it lasted, and it kind of cemented my feelings of, man, I really want to. I want to get this game when it comes out, but I'm not gonna buy the digital version. I'm gonna buy the actual box just in case I decide to trade it in because I'm not happy, or when I'm done with the single player campaign. Anyway, so I decided to take also a little break from Yakuza. Because that game never ends. So, and I needed to play something else.
It will end if you stop freaking messing around with the host bars.
With the hostess bars, I know. So I decided to start playing Uncharted
Lost Legacy?
Lost Legacy, okay. Thank you. So Uncharted Lost Legacy, it's a pretty great Uncharted game, let me tell you about it. And I'll tell you what I really like about this. Nathan Drake is great. Of course, we all know that. But we already seen his story, and we have played him 4 times already, or 6 times, or 5 or 6.
If you did the handheld,
if you did the handheld, the PSP, rest in peace. This one, because of the being new character, or not new character, you know these characters, is Chloe.
Yes.
From Uncharted 3?
2 and 3.
2 and 3? Okay. And Nadine from Uncharted 4.
4. Mm-hmm.
Their dynamic is as good, I would say, as the dynamic between Drake and
Sully. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good to hear.
I actually ended up really liking Chloe a lot. And Nadine also, don't get me wrong. It's just that the main character you're playing actually so far throughout is Chloe. And I was very impressed with the level of fidelity. I was a little disappointed at it seemed like from the get-go, the game started a little glitchy in some spots, and I was like, oh boy. Like, I'm talking about hitting start, going into the first cutscene, like it was already like characters, they almost looked like they wanted to do a T-pose almost, but immediately went into like doing what they want. I was like, okay, that might have been just my playthrough. Let me just see. But then as I kept playing, there was a part where suddenly I was suspended in midair. I knew I was stepping on ground, but you moved and the graphics will glitch, and suddenly I was like in the sky. And I was like, oh, and so I had to reload a checkpoint. But those were few and far between enough to where I wouldn't ding the game too much for it. But it doesn't have that level of polish that Uncharted 4 had, you know.
Do you think because originally this was meant to be a DLC, right? So it was supposed to be not even at its price. See, it wasn't supposed to be $40. It was like $25 or $20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Do you think that halfway through them going from a DLC to having a full-fledged game suddenly put them into a position where they're like, well, it normally takes them, a good amount of time to make Uncharted, and for them to suddenly say, "Oh, we're taking this small thing and extrapolating it out to
blowing it
game,"
up to be
that has suddenly put them in a position where they were like, "Okay, crunch time is not
I can
enough."
see the crunch. I can see them like being pressed for time because that's the thing, right? You can't wait too long. You can't pull, for example, on GTA 4 had DLC for it, and not only had DLC, it had fantastic DLC. The Lost in the Dam was good, but the Ballad of Gay Tony was freaking fantastic. Like, that should have been its own game, and I believe it came to be. It came to be. It was so good. It was so good. The problem is, it came out way too after GTA 4 was already released. Already, people had already played the crap out of it. They have already moved on, and now you get these games on the same city, and now it feels like just yesterday's news. So I think they couldn't be pressed to wait that long. So they did a game. They did a really fantastic work here with the smallest amount of time as possible. And because of that, the quality might have suffered here and there. But it's nothing so far, thank goodness, great game breaking. Another thing that we have to consider is that it has an open The game opens up into an open world area almost. Open area, I would say. World will be giving it too much credit. It's big enough.
Hub area.
It's big enough, and you go in the Jeep, kind of like the Uncharted 4. The Madagascar level on Uncharted 4. So, but and that part was fun, and the game is really fun. So if you can pick it up now for like $29.99, sure. And if you like the Uncharted, there's no question. You should be getting this one. This takes effect after the events of Uncharted 4.
Oh, okay. So, I thought it was okay. So it's after. Okay.
I thought it was a prequel to Uncharted 4, but no, this was like after.
So everything I think happened in 4 happened already.
Yeah, everything happened on 4 happened already.
Is it referenced at all?
Yes,
without
they are.
It is
they mentioned there's a line of dialogue I believe where they're talking about Nathan, but I haven't been used yet. The game could have surprises, but I haven't seen. It's cool. Okay. It's good. I'm having a blast with that. Awesome. Enough to where I want to finish it up because I want to get myself ready for South Park, the fractured butthole. Because I am getting that day one, boy. I'm gonna be playing that. I'll stream it if I can.
None of this. If I can, you are streaming this.
I don't have a camera. Okay.
You don't need a camera.
I'll put gameplay on it.
You don't need a camera.
I'll stream gameplay on it.
You can stream without a camera.
Anyway, you should. You should be playing this game, sir. This game.
I will.
It's gonna be great. It's
rough,
gonna be great.
Rough times. I had it pre-ordered and I had to cancel it because I was not be able to pay for it when it comes out. So I'm just gonna have to pay full price. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. So
yeah. But then again, you do get 2 games for it, and you're gonna play both games.
I am.
You're gonna start with.
I will always start with the first one.
Yes. Because the stick of truth is that's no slouch. And it's the same graphics, right?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Anyway, that's all I've been doing.
All right, guys, we're going to go right into some news items. Got a couple pieces here, but I'm going to jump off of where we were already on. I mean, at this point, Blade Runner 2049 flops on its opening night.
Oh,
unfortunately.
Who would have thought a 3-hour movie about that goes slow as molasses?
And not to mention, the trailer shows nothing and what it's about.
Nothing other than Harrison Ford, an old Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Which some might argue, I think he probably should retire now of cinematography.
It was to their detriment to show.
Probably.
Well, despite extremely strong reviews,
yes,
earned this week, let me see, $3.565 million on Tuesday. This brings its 5-day total from Friday when it came out to Tuesday to $40 million.
$40 million? That's nothing to sneeze at. How much were we expecting to get?
Well, that's about what many thought the film would earn in its first 3 days.
Oh.
Okay. Let me see here. We should this is coming from a Forbes article. It says, we should note that 50% drop from Sunday to Monday is better than movies like Gravity, Gone Girl, and The Martian, which are all highly rated movies as well. Yeah. That's somewhat encouraging, especially since the next 3 weeks... Let me see. The next 3 weeks will be comparatively lacking in event movies. So does this mean, that the Blade Runner may be out of the woods? Well, not necessarily, because the film costs so much to produce. At least $155 million is what, and this is after rebates that Alcon Entertainment and Sony put into this movie. So, best case scenario right now, of course, is that they're looking to overseas, maybe
some word of mouth. Maybe people saying
the word of mouth is there's not a lot on the word of mouth. Let me just say, and I mean, Judy, first off, is going to completely ruin this for her.
Yeah, she's going to open a campaign
to actively boycott.
Yes, exactly.
No,
let's make Hollywood great again. Let's not watch Blade
Runner. So question: do you think they will make 155 at least to break even?
What? To break even? Possibly. Only when it comes to sales of DVDs
and stuff like
when VHS sales.
Oh God,
dude! If vinyl is back, why not VHS?
VHS didn't go anywhere. Evidently, VHS didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm just like, people talking about VHS. I'm like, why would you want to watch this on a ribbon? Or like the ribbon
for authenticity.
Oh, no.
What, you watched the original Blade Runner?
So we can
it was on VHS.
Deal with but I watched it recently and it was not, and it was full HD.
So this is gonna be just slightly spoilery, not of the plot or anything like that, but just of a scene that I thought it was fantastic to see. But did you see the giant obviously it was showing the different giant corporations and stuff like that.
Yes,
and they have blues and they have the signs and stuff like that and the ads. A giant Atari logo. So
Atari will still be here in 2049.
In this alternate universe, Atari is the Sony right now.
Not to mention Pan Am.
Pan Am was
shown, dude.
I didn't see that.
It was like this little.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Pan Am is still around. We haven't seen plane. People have cars that can fly. Why is Pan Am still here?
I know, that's fantastic. No, because and again, you have to understand this because the first Blade Runner, that was the vision of their future. Atari was huge back in the day, with the 2600 selling. So of course they would have thought, this company's going to be.
Pan Am was for our younger viewers or listeners. Pan Am was an airline from back in the day that went under.
Yes, they went under a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Exactly.
So did Atari.
Exactly. Basically, they've attached themselves to properties that do not do well.
No, they did not. Yeah,
I think they just doomed themselves.
What's the the flying car. Wasn't it a Plymouth?
No, it wasn't a Plymouth. It was a
Peugeot.
Peugeot.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know
some
cars.
sort of,
Peugeot.
Yeah. I don't know if that still exists. I have no idea. I don't know cars.
I think it does, but it's just an odd choice. I mean, thank goodness for the product placement was not blatant, except for, of course, the Sony product placement, which was like as blatant as you can imagine.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, I
was surprised they did have a PlayStation logo somewhere, because it's the future.
Of
they
course.
could say, PlayStation 6.
Whatever. More like PlayStation 25.
25. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Blade Runner was an awesome movie.
It was. Hopefully, I don't think they will, but hopefully they will. Do you think we'll see a Blade Runner 2050?
Well,
probably
they gotta give us what finished. They want to give us the real ending of this one. So
perhaps. Yeah.
Oh,
in another 30 years.
In another 30 years, if it ever happened.
Or Blade Runner.
I have news of, interestingly enough, this actually broke today. Humble Bundle. You remember, the Humble Bundle? The good people at Humble Bundle,
good people, yes.
Which is the charity supporting digital distribution service that work with game publishers, and they offer some great games usually.
Great bundles, yeah.
Great bundles at like ridiculous discounts. So
PC.
might say.
For
yes,
PC.
yes, mostly. Yeah, that's right. I think I've never seen. No. I don't think console, but they do it for PC. And some might say, oh well, this doesn't really benefit the publisher, but this is not about benefiting the publisher. This is about publishers actually almost pretty much donating, some key codes from the games
for charity.
For charity, exactly. So Humble Bundle you could name your price basically, and you get some awesome bundles. Well, wouldn't you know that they got recently acquired by IGN Media?
IGN.
But
the big conglomerate.
The big, yes,
no.
The big gaming conglomerate, IGN, putting some mild concerns on the future of humble bundling.
To say the least of it, evidently.
Well, let's just say that the acquisitions. Thank you. The past acquisitions they have made, in a similar fashion to EA acquisition, they haven't ended very well for the acquired properties. Direct to Drive was one of them. You don't hear about Direct to Drive anymore. They used to sell games, and some might argue it's because Steam, so. Okay, maybe it's not their fault, but they could have actually made something to compete against Steam. Maybe back in the day, Steam was kind of vulnerable. Not anymore. Now they're forced to reckon with. And some other game publications like GameSpy. Actually, the whole GameSpy
team, they were all
the multiplayer infrastructure that powered a lot of games, including a lot of Nintendo titles. Back in the day, completely gone now.
Wasn't one
up
IGN N64 or something like that, or something?
They used to be I think they used to be N64.com or something like that. Okay. They grew big. Just like any corporation. I mean, IGN is still a good place. We're not talking about the IGN site themselves for gaming information. Yeah, that's fine. But I'm referring more to the corporate level, which is a huge conglomerate, So
do you think this will be bad?
I get concerned because every time you get a group that works independently and you acquire them, or at least most acquisitions that I see, as you can see from them, they haven't ended very well, and they might. Excuse me. There was a representative for Humble Bundle that provided Polygon with a statement. His name is Mitch Galbraith, and he said, "Editorial integrity is something that we take very seriously at IGN, and I'm confident that we will strike the right balance when it comes to our coverage of Humble Bundle and the games they sell. Our readers and customers have always come first, and that won't change." So that was Mitch Galbraith. I'm sorry, he's the executive vice president and general manager at IGN.
IGN, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't know Mitch, but I know of Mitch.
Oh, you need, yeah. So, how this will go? I mean, unfortunately, only time could tell. I'm just concerned because this is not a merger, obviously, because they don't, they're not equals. I wouldn't say
this is an acquisition.
This is not a case like Activision merging with Blizzard, and suddenly you have two forces, with equal power. If we go, this is a company acquiring this for what purpose? Who knows?
Well,
exactly.
Funny you should say that. There is a statement from one of the co-founders, Jeffrey Rosen. Did you see the statement that he put up?
The CEO from Humble Bundle?
Yeah. Well, yes. CEO. He stated that we chose IGN because they really understand our vision, share our passion for games, and believe in our mission to promote awesome digital content while helping charity. And I can't think of a better partner than IGN to help Humble Bundle continue our quests.
I hope that's true.
That's hopeful.
Let's hope that's true because, I mean, I guess because we have seen how crappy things in the gaming industry have become
lately.
From a while, no, actually from a while back, since the eras of early EAs and stuff like that, we are almost jaded to think like, oh yeah, that's what they always say. Let's hope it's true. Let's hope they leave a Humble Bundle to operate as a still independent company. I hope that this doesn't in any way affect the editorial integrity of IGN. Although that's arguable. A lot of people.
There's a lot of hate there.
Yeah,
I never understood the hate. I'm just like, I know. For me,
it's the hate that you will have for like, they're big, so therefore let's hate on it.
I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Because I've always been, and this goes with it. I go to IGN, but I also do go to Polygon. I do go to Kotaku, even though I did move away from Kotaku for a little bit. But there are certain people who kind of trend to my likes. You know what I mean? And because they do, that's the opinion I want to find. Yeah. But in order to know who that is, you kind of have to read the reviews. You have to read all their reviews, and you kind of get an understanding. Oh, this kind of they kind of like this more. They kind of don't like this, and that's really the only way. Yeah, it really is the only way. So I agree. I hope IGN is not going to suddenly get their. If they start getting like messing up too much with their operations and stuff like that, support them. That I'm okay with that, obviously, because I mean, what would be the purpose of acquiring this? But the moment you start like trying to change stuff, and that's what I'm afraid that could end up happening, because I mean, these benefits of Humble Bundle has benefit not just the game, not just us. Gamers, that we play the games, but the charities they support, for the most part. Because honestly, when you think about it, this is the publishers and developers doing a good act. A good act. They give keys away pretty much, or I don't know if they sell it for like a really low price. I don't know exactly. I don't intend to understand 100% of how the charity works.
I know that when you buy the game, you could literally say, okay, I'm just gonna pay $7, and of that $7, I want this allocation towards charity, this allocation towards developer, and this allocation towards Humble Bundle. You might even decide to no allocation to Humble Bundle, and that's fine. They're still cool with that. Yeah. So I mean,
if that's the case, I mean, if you think about it, maybe because many decide to not make a cut over to Humble Bundle, while this is still great of them, it still needs to be funded somehow. You know what I mean? And having the backing of a major media conglomerate like IGN, maybe that will help them continue. I hope things will be okay.
Good luck for them.
Yeah. Going back to the movie news, I got 2 trailers, sir. 2 trailers came out recently.
Oh, I ain't not watching no more trailers anymore.
One that you avoided like the plague, and I almost did as well. The new Star Wars.
Oh, yes.
The Last Jedi trailer arrived on Monday night during Monday Night Football for whatever fucking reason.
That's the reason why you could not avoid it.
It could be. They
served it to you as you were eating the football.
As I'm watching football, I'm going, what is this? And then I knew it was coming. No, realistic. I knew it was going to happen. And because they made a big deal about it. There were stormtroopers out on the field and everything. And I was like, whoa, what is going on here? I wasn't going to watch it. I said to myself, mostly because the director, Ryan Johnston, said, you may not want to watch this.
Yeah.
So I was just like, wait a minute, why would you do it? And then, of course, I follow him on Instagram.
He backpedaled on
it. I follow him on Instagram. He's putting videos up, and everybody's in there, whatever. They're
studying.
Yeah, they're all watching. They have the football up on the screen, but there's like a bunch of people. It's like ground zero for them to just kind of watch. And of course, the one after the trailer that come out, they're all applauding, whatever. But no, so I wasn't going to watch it. And then I said to myself, man, I've been waiting for this trailer since April.
Yeah.
What the hell? I'm going to watch this. You know what I mean? I love Star Wars. Nothing that they show me here is not going to make me watch it. You know what I mean? So I watched it and I enjoyed it. It wasn't, a lot of people are really like, whoa, oh my God. No, it was good. It wasn't great. Now, I won't see anything else or any other trailer number 2, trailer number 3. I'm not going to watch. That said, I still don't. I guess his original intent was to say there may be something that might be spoiled here, so you may not want to watch it. I didn't see anything that could be spoiled, but then again, you don't know until you see the movie. You know what I mean? So
you might not want to see the new cute little animals that they have. That they're not the Ewoks. Now they're gonna make them. What are they called?
If that's what the spoiler is,
Uglus or whatever they have.
I have no idea what it was called. I was just like, who cares?
So cute.
Yeah,
so
it's adorable.
It's like meant to sell you like a plush
New toys.
Yeah,
Exactly. So yeah, I checked it out. It looked good. I won't say anything here. Just go watch it.
Just watch it if you're interested on it.
But yeah, I think it was pretty good. I like the direction that they're going. I think personally, this is just me, and again, I'm not going to say anything specific, but if you know Star Wars and you know trilogies, you know where this is going.
You kind of know. Yeah.
So it's like,
hey,
so to say
this is going to be the Empire.
Yeah, exactly. So to say, you may not want to watch this, like. If you think you're keeping me for something I don't know, first of all, I've watched enough movies to know before I see where you're going. You know what I mean? But secondly, this is a trilogy. This is a Star Wars trilogy. The second episode.
Yeah,
I'm not shocked by anything.
The only problem with Star Wars, for the most part, is that unfortunately you have very defined good guys and very defined bad guys,
Mm-hmm.
and because of that. It doesn't really give you a space, an area where you could be. Well, they could have gray, but it's always going to lean more towards. Well, I'm killing a lot of people, but it's because I'm working for the rebels. There's not going to be a turn of events. There's not going to be a surprise.
Let's just say that the dark side or the villains. Are always villains.
Yeah. And they act like villains, and they talk like villains, and they might as well put mustaches.
Exactly. I'm like, who is really like the Force Awakens? I don't remember.
Space Nazis. They're gonna talk like space.
Yes,
space
and I was
Nazis.
like, who does this? Might as well be Spaceballs, right here, because this is how comical it can come out sometimes. So that's it, of course.
It is a shame that it has to be like, and it's not to say you can't have big reveals. Obviously, Star Empire had a big reveal, So, do you think we can expect a big reveal here on this one? Like something that will blow your mind, or would it still be?
I don't know. I don't have. I'm gonna say no.
You gonna say no? You don't think they can play that?
I don't think they have a card to play that is within the realm of PG. You know what I mean? For them to suddenly shock me to say, "Holy crap!"
Yeah.
Like for instance. I'm not going to say what it was, although I should. It's an old movie now. Force Awakens.
Oh, yeah.
A specific moment on it. As I didn't know that was going to happen because I didn't see. Well, they obviously didn't show anything like the trailer, but we went to see it pretty early on. I didn't know that was going to happen, but I knew as I was watching it, this is going to happen. You know what I mean? This is not going to be a shock.
Yeah.
I was still hoping for the best.
Yeah.
But I had already prepared and expected the worst.
Wait, are you referring to episode 7 or are you referring to Rogue One?
No, 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
episode 7? Oh,
7.
okay.
The moment, I don't want to say
Rogue One had the opportunity to surprise and shock me with something, but I don't feel like it did.
For me, it did. Mostly because I knew it was a suicide mission. I didn't know. Well, I didn't know the extent of the suicide mission.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
So it felt more realistic in the sense that it felt like military.
Yeah,
type of
there's
moment.
no wizards, lightsaber
exactly.
wizards and Jedi.
So
and
you're
stuff like that.
dealing with people like the term that they use, boots in the ground. This
Yeah.
is the type of moment you're dealing with, but within the Star Wars world.
Man, that's what I'm hoping from this game. From Battleground. If they could give us something like that.
Battlefront, you mean?
Yeah, Battlefront 2.
So yeah.
If they can give us something like that, I'll be all upon it. All upon, as they say.
Regardless
I'll be all upon.
of the microtransactions. But the other trailer,
the real dark side.
the real dark side, yes. The other trailer that came out, which you did see, Mister, I don't see trailers anymore.
Well, I said I was going to watch the first one.
The first one, yes.
Yeah.
The New Mutants trailer
Oh, yes.
just came out. Just actually came out today, as a matter of fact. And if you don't know who the New Mutants are, they are actually...
we don't blame you because they're new.
Yeah, that's true. Although they're not that new, believe it or not. The movie is actually inspired by the characters from, let me see, created by two people back in 1982. So they're not that new.
Oh, wow.
The ensemble made their first debut. Let me just read this off here from Polygon. They were given a series. Trying to see who the actual New Mutants here. Fox New Mutant movie, The New Mutants, is the 11th installment. 11th installment. My gosh.
Yeah.
In the X-Men franchise, will focus on 5 young mutants who must band together and break their way out of a secret government facility. The movie is being shown very suspenseful.
Yeah, they are leaning very hard into the horror. Even though they're really not showing anything horrific.
Graphic, yeah.
There's no...
Which is not going to be graphic.
No,
it's going to be PG-13 at worst.
You start seeing that trailer and it looks like something mysterious and you're interested.
Oh, yeah.
And then the Marvel logo comes. and that's when all hope is lost. And you're like...
the moment Marvel logo comes out, you might as well just have balloons.
Yeah.
And stuff come out.
Hey, it has balloons.
Well, yeah, this is true.
Down here.
But that's not the same
you
thing.
Go float.
So the movie adaptation, which stars Maisie Williams, also known as Arya from Games of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
Is being directed by Josh Boone, excuse me. He's best known for his 2014 movie, The Fault in Our Stars. That does not spell well for this movie, but hey,
Really?
we'll see. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, this week, as you all know, I'm very excited about the fact that South Park, The Fractured Butthole, is coming. And I cannot wait. I'm so excited. So it was to my surprise that I saw there is a $99 version of this game. And I was like,
oh my God.
what? And I didn't realize that there was a season pass for this game.
A season pass is $40?
Well, yeah, I guess so. Yeah. No, the season pass, if you buy it separate, is $30.
Gosh, I wish people were
But the
calculations just running through it.
I know. I didn't want to mess up because the reason for the $40 is because, as they always do, they always try to entice you with, hey, you get the steelbook cover, which is $10. Hey, they don't say it like that, but you know that's what you're really paying for. Anyway, I'm not gonna do that because this game is great. But once I'm done with it, I'm done with it. I don't think it's a game that I'm gonna care to go back. I mean, I will really have to I don't know. I will really have to enjoy the crap out of it to the point where it becomes like game of the year for me in order for me to want to go back. And also part of the reason is because unfortunately most of the cool stuff that is coming for the season pass, which it's gonna be besides including extra costumes, extra challenges, and story missions. There are story missions. And some of them are going to be available this year, but most of them are going to be arriving in 2018. By 2018, I'm going to be playing something else. Let's be clear.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I kind of wanted to go through them because a lot of people don't know that there is this season pass.
Season pass?
Yeah. So first up in the season pass offering is called The Relics of Zaron. a custom and perks pack, which will be available on October 17 and will be sold on its own for $5. This will be followed by Towley. You want to get high? Your gaming bud. This one I don't understand. It says, which is an in-game buddy giving you tips. So, and they sell it for $2. I'm getting Towley. In December, they're going to have Danger Deck, which is described as the ultimate combat challenge. And I'm concerned about that because that just sounds like, hey, we're just going to throw, bad guys after bad guys. And I don't know. It says it takes place in Dr. Timothy Danger's deck. And that will be sold for $6. I don't know what that means. I know that there is a South Park episode came out yesterday. Actually,
yeah.
We should watch that
prequel episode.
Prequel episode to this game. And if it's anything like the prequel episodes that came out before The Stick of Truth, then they're a must watch. Before you play the game, you gotta see this episode.
So I have to watch that before I play Stick of Truth. Then
Okay. I will say we can probably watch it later tonight if you want. In 2018, and this was the one that interested me the most. In 2018. Comes From Dusk to Casa Bonita.
Okay.
Casa Bonita is in the South Park wiki is almost like a cross between it's like a restaurant / entertainment venue, kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, but like a Mexican Chuck E. Cheese, I would say almost. I don't know. It's a place that Eric Cartman loves to go. Okay. They love to when his mom takes to Casa Bonita, and the fact that it's called From Dusk to Casa Bonita, it makes me think that kind of like From Dusk to Dawn, which is a fantastic movie. I love that movie. God, that movie was great. It's a $12 story expansion where planes will team up with the Coon.
Oh, the Coon. Oh, okay.
That's the name of Cartman's hero.
Raccoon. Yeah,
the Coon. And Mysterion to defeat the demonic presence at Casa Bonita. And then they're gonna have another one called Bring the Church, which adds a new story and a new superhero class actually for $12. See, that's the thing. That's awesome, but it's coming out too late. It's gonna be like, by that time I'll be done with it. Who knows? If I decide, if I like the way I see it, it gets good reviews, I don't mind paying the extra $12. Whatever. South Park is good. It's still funny, and I might argue maybe even relevant. Well, who knows? That is debatable.
All right. Well, I have. I'm going to do one more piece here, and I have two, so I'm going to leave it to you to choose for me, sir. Sure. We got a new Marvel TV series, or Hulu does esports.
Oh, sure. All right. So, what's about this Marvel series you're talking about?
Marvel series. So it turns out, that, of course, Marvel has many series currently on Netflix. They, of course, have it on ABC, which is owned by Disney, so it's all the same whatever.
Yeah.
Fox, of course, is separate. Anything on Fox is because it's Fox-owned Marvel properties.
That's hilarious. Fox-owned Marvel properties.
Yeah, I know. That said, so why is a new series coming to Hulu as opposed to Netflix? Yes, it's called The Runaways.
What is The Runaways, sir?
The Runaways is a smaller Marvel property, of course.
More mutants.
Mutant-like.
Mutant-like? What I call Gifted. Gifted.
Yes, gifted. Gifted young individuals. It follows a group of teens who discover their parents are part of an exclusive villainous club. When the teens come into their own powers, they decide to band together and stop their evil parents from carrying out the wickedest of deeds.
This is great. The Runaways. Really? Yes. This is like, hey, we're kind of running out of ideas here. Give me something. Give me anything.
I remember, I never actually read any of the Runaways, but I remember hearing many, many good things about the Runaway.
Is that right?
A graphic novel or comics.
So to be like the Joker song.
If this was anything like that, I'm like, ooh, that's a hard sell there, my friend.
Well, it's not, you're not painting a pretty picture the way you describe again.
Yeah, so
and you won't believe the hijinks they come up with.
So it's funny you say that. Mr. Loeb, which is executive producer behind a lot of Marvel properties, Jeff Loeb, he was asked, "Hey, why not Netflix? Why you're going Hulu here?"
Well, we try to bring it to Netflix, but they say, "Nah."
They're like,
it's all right, fam.
According to them, since the show focused on teenagers and was a little lighter than the other Marvel's series on Netflix, it said it was a fresh start in the studio. Figured a new studio, a new network to do it. So.
We're mutant, we're happy, and we're silly, and we're gifted. Give me a high five.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yes. So that's The Runaways. Look forward to that. Anybody who has Hulu.
I'm subscribing to Hulu right now. I got 2 properties. I had The Good Doctor, and now this one.
I'll tell you another one on Hulu you need to watch, and that is... Oh my God!
Don't tell me the Handmaiden something. Nope. I am skipping out,
dude.
Nope.
I'm not gonna lie.
I have enough of gross TV to watch. I don't need to depress myself even further into.
It's a rough watch. I will admit, but
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I'll still playing games. Speaking of which,
speaking of games,
Dragon Age creative director sadly leaves BioWare.
Oh, that's not good.
Mike Laidlaw?
Laidlaw.
Okay, so
Laidlaw, as in he came
laid
in
the law,
and he laid the law down, and then they said, "Get out." After 17 years.
After 17, actually, after yeah. Well, they say this report here says more than 14 years. So you were close.
Oh,
he is a very veteran writer. Designer and creative director of some known titles you might know. You might have heard this. Mass Effect.
Oof.
Games like Mass Effect. Games like... I'm talking about the
original Mass Effect.
The Dragon Age, which the first one, Origins, was fantastic. Probably one of my favorite games. Dragon Age 2, not so much. And Dragon Age Inquisition was... interesting. It was good. No, it was good. It was okay. Honestly, it was good. It was just, it was a little longer than it needed to be, but it was still good. But it wasn't Origins. So he says that it is with a mix of emotions that I am announcing my time with BioWare has ended. Laidlaw said in a statement posted on Twitter. After 14 years and a chance to work on Jade Empire, which, by the way,
oh, wow.
Mike, you're leaving us without a proper Jade Empire sequel. Are you serious? Jade Empire was awesome. It's a game on Xbox and PC.
Yeah, I remember.
It's a BioWare game. You remember? Mm-hmm. It's kind of like... it
was an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
It was 360 exclusive.
Yeah, it's like martial arts and monks and stuff like that. It was great. Jade Empire was fantastic.
I know about it.
Yeah. Mass Effect and, of course, Dragon Age. It is time for me to move on. In my time with BioWare, I have been lucky to work with some of the most talented and hardworking people in the industry. It's been an honor to be a part of the Dragon Age team, and I have every confidence that the world we've created together is in good hands, and I'm excited for the road ahead. We have a very, very, very good fierce Dragon Age fan in our group.
Yes,
and I think she was saddened.
I'm sure she was,
Amy, by the news of this. Yes. Because it's true. They say what you will, but the Dragon Age games, the stories were well told. I didn't care for Dragon Age 2, and that's nothing new. But I will not deny that after reading what it was about, it was an interesting concept. It was
The story
to back game. The story was
gameplay maybe a little lacking.
The gameplay was lazy to say the least. But the story, it was good. Anyway,
that's
we wish. Maybe good for it. Maybe it's good for him. It's probably so. We wish him well on whatever his new endeavor is. Probably the doctors that created BioWare, actually the founders, I forgot their names, but they went on and to create some sort of beer research or beer website, or I don't know what the hell it was that they were doing. Beer? Yeah, talking about beer. So
they got my love already.
So best of luck, my Laidlaw, and that's all I have for news today.
Well, one thing before we cut to the other one, Mr. Laidlaw, there's this franchise that needs a little help. It's called Fallout. And, if you go over there, help them out a little bit.
Fallout is good. Fallout is good.
Fallout 3 was
all right.
Come off it.
Fallout 3?
Fallout 3 was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it was awesome. Yeah. I thought you were going to say it wasn't great. I was like, what are you talking about?
Fallout 3 was awesome. Fallout 4 was more Fallout 3.
Yeah.
On a new console. So it's like, they need a little help there. You have my vote.
This is not. This is not to say anything. Start any rumors that he's going to Bethesda or anything like that. This is just wishful thinking. Now, I'll tell you one thing though. Good luck, BioWare.
Yeah, for real. Yeah.
The thing is,
you thought things were rough before.
There has been a lot of good talent leaving BioWare, and not to say that they're bad or anything like that, but obviously Andromeda didn't do well for them at all. So sadly, and I mean they got Anthem coming, and if Anthem doesn't do them like amazing, I think BioWare is done for. I think that's another studio that will go the way of.
Prediction. I think Anthem will give them a bounce back.
Oh, I sure hope so.
And then what's going to happen is that they're going to try to monopolize on this real quick by having an Anthem 2 too close to Anthem 1. And Anthem 1 is supposed to be a Destiny-type title, so it's supposed to last a little bit. But EA being EA...
EA's going to EA.
Yeah, exactly. So I think they will bounce back with Anthem and then fall down again with Anthem 2.
So
prediction made.
What you're saying is no Dragon Age 4?
I don't know.
You're going to break Amy's heart.
Amy, I'm so sorry. Okay, first off. But in a world after The Witcher 3, Dragon Age 4 has a high bar to get to.
I hate that I have to agree.
Okay, I'm just saying. And this is not to take away from any of the Dragon Ages. All the Dragon Ages, they were great. I haven't played any of them, but I know they were great. But Amy, I respect them for what they are. You should be playing
The Witcher.
But once The Witcher 3 came out, that set the bar higher. And I'm sorry, but if you come back with an Inquisition version of Dragon Age, you're gonna do what Mass Effect Andromeda did.
Whatever. Inquisition was great.
No, I'm not saying
it was just. I didn't say it was. It had the first part, and I thought that was the whole game. And then the game opened up, and instead of being excited, we're like, "Wow, more!" I was more like, "Oh, wow, there's more."
That's my prediction. All right, guys, we're going to go right into our hot topic of the week. And thank you so much for serenading me saying that.
I love that song. You remember Wonder Boy, the arcade game, right?
I vaguely remember Wonder Boy.
It was very catchy. The soundtrack was the best part. And you were this little cave boy, just walking around, throwing stone axes at things, snails, killer snails, yes. And jumping around fire.
Because
and
they move fast eventually.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, you got to run from those snails. And then suddenly you crack an egg, and there's a skateboard.
Because why not? Yeah.
Because exactly, you hatched a skateboard and you go and a helmet, mind you, because hey, you gotta wear protection.
Yeah,
That
safety first.
That game was fantastic. Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy. That is a wonderful game, but that is not the hot topic of the week.
No.
Hot topic of the week, guys. Should cult classics remain untouched? And when I mean that, I really mean cult films. Reason for this topic.
We're not talking about Star Wars here or major.
No.
Or are we?
No. Well, no. Because, a definition of a cult film. It's commonly referred to as a cult classic, first off. And it's a film with a cult following, obscure or unpopular with mainstream audiences, and often revolutionary or ironically enjoyed. So essentially...
That's a hard definition. I'll tell you why.
Yes.
Because sometimes some cult classics becomes too famous for their own good. And suddenly, are they not cult classic anymore? Say, Pulp Fiction, for example?
That's actually considered a cult classic.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a cult film. Cult film, yeah. It is considered one.
Blade Runner?
Well, that's actually what the start of the whole topic. We came out of the movie, and I was like, you know what, man? Honestly, I was like, I can't believe they did it, man. I can't believe. Not only did they make a sequel to a 30-year-old movie, you know what I mean? But to make it to, believe it or not, the first Blade Runner was not a well-received movie.
No.
You know what I mean? It was really like, I don't know what's going on. It eventually became what it is now, but at first it was not. So for them,
didn't give a good first impression. Actually, not even to you.
No,
not even to you.
Although I saw it way past that. It was like 25 years after the movie came out. I saw it. But you have people who saw it for the first time back then or shortly thereafter, going amazed and all. You know what I mean? And essentially, it has this following, and then they're the ones who are championing this movie or championing this film, and it becomes what Blade Runner becomes. Not always, because there are some cult films that are just cult films. They just have a small group of people, and they champion the hell out of it, but that's it. They're the only ones. There's no one else.
So I have a confession to make.
Talk to me.
Unlike there are other hot topics of the weeks, I wonder... I kind of wanted to ask you, what did you mean by should they be remain
untouched?
Should they remain untouched, or not? And I kind of wanted to get the answer now, because I want to have the my purest thoughts.
Okay.
I didn't want to think this or change my mind or anything like that.
Okay, well, the answer to this is simple. First off, the reason I say...
Because we saw Blade Runner. I think it came from that, yeah.
It literally stems from that. The reason I say that is, one, because these movies tend to not make money or not be well-known, it's like, why would anybody
care
even bother to make it?
Yeah.
So, or to make anything property out of that, you know what I mean? These guys took the chance... spent $155 million. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most likely will not come back with $155.
Fortunately,
they're struggling now just to break even. So the reason I brought it up, or the reason I want to say, when I say untouched, I mean to leave it as the cult classic that it is. Let it exist in its bubble, because realistically, this movie that we saw, 2049. This is an amazing movie. This may actually, in some ways, be better than the original. If you really look at the original, because the original being dated and stuff like that, may actually be better than the original. That's not always the case.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sadly, no.
More often than not, a sequel of any kind can tarnish the property that they're...
Or a prequel.
Oh, gosh. A prequel almost always screws things up. I don't think... Has there ever been a good prequel? Sidebar. Has there ever been a good prequel?
Oh,
realistically.
Man. All right. So, okay. Oh, man.
Yes, exactly.
Immediately on the top of my head, I can think of one, but I'm sure one of you, dear listeners, is going to have a good one. And I would love to know, because I feel like there shouldn't be a rule that says all prequels are bad.
No,
you
I
know.
didn't. Well, I'm
No,
not
no, no.
saying it's
But
a rule.
we're
yeah.
saying, but we're saying,
but it might as well be.
well, exactly. We're almost like putting it out there. So
Yeah.
we want to be wrong in this.
I do wanna be
Otherwise,
wrong.
every time they announce a prequel to something, I'm just gonna go ahead and skip it.
The problem with a prequel is, basically, because you already. The problem with a prequel is you already know what's going to happen
yeah.
to said character. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So, no stakes. You
No.
know, nothing's ever going to happen to him here because we
Yes.
know that he survives to go on to the. You know, so there's never any reason to be worried or anything like that.
Yeah, the stakes. We already know where the stakes are.
Correct.
on
Yeah.
that-
So
on that point.
it's really more about filling in the history, and it never because of that it almost always doesn't work.
I hear you.
And let's say that they're bad, but they're never going to be as good as the first. You know what I mean? Because
No.
it's like, but if you go through with a sequel, can it? Well, in this case, that's why I say untouched. Don't do a prequel. Probably not do a sequel either. And should it be that way? And there are some really big cult classics. This one here shocked me. I didn't think it was going to be good. First off, I didn't think they were ever going to do it because they've been talking about it forever. Ridley Scott, which is the original, the one who did the original, talking about it forever. Like, he wants to go. It's like, dude, stop it, leave it alone.
So in essence, we're talking about remaking or not sequels.
Anything at all.
Anything, because,
basically.
because I could think of some really bad reboots. RoboCop says hi.
Yeah, not see that's just that. Well, here they screwed that up with the sequel though.
Yeah.
But I would argue that the original RoboCop can be dude. The original RoboCop.
The original RoboCop was fantastic. That is
Yes, but
that high levels of awesome.
That is, dude. That's when '80s when they were like rated R everything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, there's dude.
The good cinematography before Hollywood say, "Hey, no, we don't want to do R-rated movies because then less people are going to watch it." No,
Correct.
BS. I
No.
mean, Logan did pretty well, I think, right?
It did, but it also had a lower budget than a regular X-Men
That's
movie.
true,
would have.
yeah.
So, anyway, so that's really the point. And there are some cult classics, and I know, my partner here,
Not being a movie
not being a
aficionado.
movie,
Yes.
He, most of these he probably hasn't
I'm gonna
heard of.
I'm gonna be looking at you starry-eyed and because if I see you with excitement, I'm gonna agree with you, and I see you with disdain, I'm probably gonna be like,
So this is a compilation of titles that I have gotten from different sites. Every site has you look up best cult classic films. You know what I mean?
I got a perfect example.
By the way, Pulp Fiction is one of them. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Ghostbusters! Oh my God!
Is that a cult? Is that a cult?
I would say it's a class. Well, maybe
It's a classic.
Maybe it's not obscure, but
No, it's not
I'll tell you
obscure.
one thing: it should have never been remade.
Well, what about two? Two didn't do as well as the first one.
No,
So it
no,
should've just
but it
left
has the
it as
same
the first
character. Yeah. Well, to me, when I'm thinking about years and years later,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a rule of this game that we're
No,
playing here.
I mean it's not a rule. There's no specific rule.
Because Police Academy was a fantastic R-rated movie, and Police Academy 2 was all right. And,
Police Academy
and
2 was my favorite. Believe it or
Police
not.
Academy 2 was great. Now, you're right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Then came 3, and it was starting to get a little iffy.
He was
but
Citizens on Patrol.
No, that was 4.
That was 4. So 3 was what was 3?
You're going to have to look it up.
Back in Training. Yeah, back in Training. Yes.
Really? Are you sure? I don't know
Yes.
about that. But I know, I remember Citizens on Patrol.
5 was Miami Beach. Assignment Miami Beach.
No, back to Moscow. When they go to Moscow, I think that was 4.
That was 7, bro.
No, that's 7?
That's-
Holy crap. How many of movies this were? It was
I don't
Steve Guttenberg?
No, he never made it past the 4th
That's
one.
the 4th one, yeah. Yeah, he short-circuited out. But Citizens of Patrol is one of my cult classics.
Are you serious?
I love that movie. It had Tony Hawk in it.
Did it?
Tony Hawk was in it. Yeah, because he was
He
a
was
skater.
young, yeah,
He was
he
one
was
of the skaters. Yeah.
Wow.
That was
That's hilarious. I didn't know he was in
Police
there.
Academy should be rebooted.
Actually, dude, believe it or not, there is
God.
scripts running around
For
Hollywood.
Police Academy.
Yes, to
See,
reboot
oh,
this.
man. Now, Police Academy was a beautiful thing that I don't think it could be recreated.
It can't.
I don't
It's
think.
a product of its time.
No, yeah.
it
I don't
can't.
think you're going to have Sergeant Mahoney.
No, I'm gonna tell you what you're not gonna be able to do the Blue Oyster Bar.
Oh yes, no,
You can't do that now. Yeah. You can't do that anymore. It's not, that is a product of its time. You see? No, it's not possible.
No, you won't be able to. Oh God, the Blue Oyster Bar.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Man, that movie, the best characters. Freaking what's his name? The one that was so long. I remember.
Oh, Zed?
What was his name in real time? Bob.
Oh, Bobcat Goldthwait?
Bobcat something.
Goldthwait.
Yeah. You know what we're talking about. He talks like this.
Grover, yeah. He's really Grover.
Oh, it's awesome.
Man.
Police Academy. Let's just make Police Academy the topic of the week for the rest of the night.
It should be. I don't know if anybody even knows Police Academy.
Well, if you don't know, go get the VHS, dust it off.
Stop with 4. That's all I'm going to say. Stop with
exactly.
part 4. Yeah.
Nothing happened after 4. There's no nudity anymore. Actually, I don't think there was nudity in 4.
No, I don't think it was nudity.
No. It was
2, I think was the last one with nudity.
Yeah.
Maybe 3. It was 2,
yeah. And where's another Revenge of the Nerds? What happened to that property?
That's another one, yeah.
Yeah.
That's another one.
I tell you, another one, Porky's.
Oh, no. See, that's actually pretty obscure.
That is pretty obscure.
Yeah,
and these movies were horrible, man. When you think about it, these movies were all about sexual misconduct.
Yeah. Getting drunk.
About rape, almost.
Exactly.
They were terrible. They were fantastic.
That's why they're cult classic.
It was their cult classic. Yeah. Wow.
Oh man.
Porky's should never be done.
Porky's.
Revenge
Wow.
of the Nerd.
So here's a few that I'm sure you've heard of.
Lay it down on me.
You've heard of Airplane, right? So
oh my God, Airplane was fantastic. Yes,
that actually falls.
Give me another one.
Cult classic. Now they did an Airplane 2, and what did that do?
Yeah. I don't even remember Airplane 2, to be honest.
That says it all, my friend.
Isn't that? Wait, wasn't that they have a shuttle on the shuttle? Was there a shuttle?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. The second one. Yeah.
The second one, they were actually. Oh my God, I do remember. Oh my God,
Yes.
I tried to forget.
Yes, you try to block it, and it came back. I'm sure you heard of this one. Fight Club. Fight Club is.
I miss
considered
Fight
a cult
Club.
classic. You didn't see it?
No.
So.
No.
So Fight Club is freaking awesome.
I know it is.
Have you?
I know it is, and it's one of those movies that apparently have a huge reveal.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
and you don't know what it is.
Well. Yeah,
you got to spoil it to you.
I kind of know what it is already. It's a shame because I would have loved to. Oh,
you should still watch it regardless.
I probably should. I probably will. You know which movie I'm actually watching this week? Which classic? I don't know about cult level, but it's a classic. The Shawshank Redemption. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
It's, believe it or not, on the 5 lists that I was researching, one of them listed Shawshank Redemption, and for me, I never consider that a cult. That is just a classic. Period.
That's a classic. Yeah. I'm watching that for the first time. Never seen it,
dude. That movie. Let's just put it this way: when that movie comes on, TBS, TMT, whatever the hell I'm watching, if I switch to that channel, it's there. That's it. Put the remote down. Yeah, doesn't matter where it is in the movie.
We're gonna watch that. Yeah,
it is an amazing film. But this is a well-known film.
I remember.
If I'm not mistaken, this sits at IMDb's top IMDb Internet
movie database something.
They have a top 250 films. Okay, this list is constantly evolving. Okay, because it's the top 250 films of all time. So when new movies come out, new hits, they make their way in, of course, moving stuff out. Shawshank has been at the top for forever.
Wow.
Okay, it is. Right. And I mean the top. Maybe it'll switch around because, things do move. It'll switch around between 1 to 3 or whatever, but it sits up there. Okay.
One of my wife's favorite, actually.
Oh, so she has seen it. You haven't seen it.
No, I haven't seen it. No,
my God, dude. It is, yes. While that is a classic, I cannot call that a cult. That is a huge following.
That is
a huge following. So definitely not a huge cult.
Well, maybe the purpose of having these cult movies remade or is to attract people, so they don't become, so they're not obscure anymore.
It could be.
Yeah,
It could be. But the problem is, well, here's the deal. So you risk doing something to it. You risk changing it because you try to alter it to
please the mainstream.
Now you're left with a product that's not the exact thing, and you piss off the people who like the original. Or you risk losing money by doing the exact same product, which is what Blade Runner 2049 is doing. It is literally, it cannot be a better copy of what the original was. Yeah. But look what it's doing. It's not making money. It's not.
I mean, at the end of the day, that's the whole reason for
this movie. That's what you want. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, that's technically money. True. But what you want as an artist and as the fan, you want, yes, I want more of that. Yeah. Now, is it going to move? Is it going to make money? I don't care as a fan. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I want more of that. You know what I mean?
Oh, if it did, we might have gotten 2050.
Yeah, I don't see that's going to happen.
No, exactly. Now for sure we're not.
Definitely. Here's another one. I think you've seen this one. The Princess Bride.
I saw The Princess Bride. Yes.
That's another considered a cult classic.
Yeah.
I love that movie. That's like one of my favorite movies.
They made me watch that movie probably last year. I was dating my wife by then, so I probably seen. So
was that your first time?
Yes. There's a lot of movies in this list that are gonna be like, I probably watched it recently because recently I started I got in the hang of watching movies. Before that, I was not a cinephile my buddy here.
My favorite, of course, and everybody knows this line. My name is Inigo Montoya.
You killed my father.
You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Prepare to die.
I love that stuff, man. I love that. And then Andre the Giant, poor guy, man. He died. But yeah, that's still considered a cult classic. Now, would you want to see a sequel to that? Or anything within that universe?
Oh, man. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably not. As it is. I tell you right now, Hollywood, listen to me.
Linda, listen.
Do not. Yes, Linda, listen. Linda,
Hollywood,
honey,
listen to me.
Listen. Do not touch Scarface. Do not, under any circumstances. I don't want a sequel. I don't want a remake. I don't want a nothing. You already messing with Death Wish. All right. I don't like the idea of that. Yeah, I do not like the idea that you're putting Bruce Willis, really good. I like him. Yada yada. I don't like the idea that you already messed up with a classic Charles Bronson movie and remaking it. But whatever, just do not because you will not capture the magic of Scarface with anything. I don't care what actor you get.
That is another one. That's not. See, the problem with that one, again, that doesn't fall in a cult film, but it's definitely one that you like. Shawshank. You can't. Don't even touch.
It's like I can see. Yeah, I can see Hollywood X as like, okay, what's the next best thing? Okay, well, a lot of people like Scarface. Okay, let's reboot Scarface.
I think Scarface, Shawshank, those type of films. That's past our lifetime. It's just you cannot bring it back until it's time.
They're great for what they are, and absolutely, they're super enjoyable as they are right now. Especially if you want to portray that era.
Yes. Oh hell yeah! You can't do it with hell yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Another one. 10 Things I Hate About You.
I don't remember seeing that.
Oh, you never saw that one? Oh, see, I had listed that one. Going, I think he's seen this one.
Oh.
This actually has the one who played Joker last, who died.
Christian Bale?
No, not Christian Bale. Christian Bale is Batman.
Oh, that's sorry. Yeah, he's Batman. What's his name?
I forgot his name. It's killing me now. I know it's killing me. I'm gonna look it up. But 10 Things I Hate About You has him, and it is definitely a cult classic, believe it or not. Gosh, I can't remember his name. It's killing me, dude. Let me see here. Standing by.
The actor. I literally Google what's his name.
Heath Ledger.
There you go.
Heath Ledger. Thank you, sir. The Heath Ledger. My God, how did I forget that? Anyway, this is one of his earlier pieces of work. Definitely worth it. It's a comedy. It's a young high school type comedy.
Yeah,
but it's hilarious, dude. It's one of my favorites. You can't touch it. You can leave it alone. It's like the first American Pie. They should stop the first American Pie.
Oh yeah, please
you know what I mean?
don't.
But,
Yeah, another
they
one that didn't need.
The good thing about 10 Things, they never went back to it. You know what I mean? They left it as is.
I just you said that for some reason the movie that came to my mind was 50 First Date.
Oh my God, no!
Oh come on!
No, it's a good. I liked it. It was a good movie, but no, that's not a cult classic. Right?
No, I wouldn't say.
Have you heard of the film Donnie Darko?
No, not at all, not ever.
Okay, never mind. That's another one that it is a.
That sounds like an '80s singer.
Well, it was almost like a horror type movie or suspense movie. I actually watched it because it's listed on the top, whatever. Just like the original Blade Runner. Didn't really like it. I was like, "What am I watching? This is garbage." You know what I mean? But again, this is way past its point.
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Darko. I'm sure you've heard of Office Space.
Oh yeah, Office Space was now one of my favorite movies out there. I'm gonna tell you right now, I freaking love Office Space. And if you haven't seen Office Space, you should drop whatever you're doing and go get this movie. I don't know from what streaming service. I don't condone pirating, but if it's last resort. And anyway, the thing is, this movie is great. I love Office Space.
It's funny you say that. That's another one. It's one of those things. I've seen a lot of films in my lifetime, but I've only seen Donnie Darko, Blade Runner, Office Space in the last 5 years, dude.
Oh my God. Okay. Office Space is so good.
So I watched Office Space, and while I enjoyed it, I was just like, why is everybody so...
Oh, my God. No, that movie's so great. Especially in our line of work.
I know.
In our line of work, you should perfect. This should be a commentary to you. We should be studying this movie.
We probably should.
And look at the deeper meaning of it. Because this movie should be studied academically at the master levels.
Perhaps.
Yeah. Yes.
So Office Space 2, no?
No, I don't need Office Space 2. Please don't stop it if you're having plans of it.
So I guess this brings us to the question. The question is, leave it as it is.
Yes.
Leave it in its own bubble. It should exist in that. If people don't appreciate it, then it is what it is.
Exactly. Hey, the original Transformers movie.
Oh, for the love.
No. Not the original. I'm not talking about the Transformers
You're
from this guy.
Animated one,
I'm talking about the animated. You got the you got the power. The one that has the first curse word in an animated film. That should have been left at that, and we shouldn't have had any Michael Bay Bay movies. No.
Yes, that's a shame that we had Michael Bay, unfortunately.
No. It's a shame that we have Michael Bay. Oh, come on. Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying Michael Bay could make some pretty good cinematography.
He had
some good scenes.
See, I wouldn't. Yeah, I was going to say
some good scenes. I'm sorry, some good scenes. I meant to say. Yeah.
I would definitely say some set pieces.
Some set pieces. Yeah. A lot of lens flares.
Yes.
many lens flares.
Yes, and a lot of unnecessary boob shots.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Always picking that supermodel. See, here's the thing with this movie. Whenever they pick supermodels to be in, it looks so plastic and fake. It's like, oh, come on. Probably one of the reasons you're trying too hard. Come on, Bay.
Yeah. Come on, Bay.
However, there was a movie that I don't know what was his point, but I saw his name. I was like, what? You remember a long time ago I talked to you about this movie that was based on
Pain and Gain?
Pain and Gain.
Yeah.
Yes, Pain and Gain on real life events. That movie was great.
Yeah.
You saw that movie?
No, I haven't seen it. But
why haven't you? That's a cult classic.
Honestly. Might as well be.
You will love that movie. That movie's great.
It may be. It may be your current cult classic. Yeah.
Put it on your list and then tell me about it.
I want to say it's on the list, but it just kind of falls down because it's just
put it up. Put it up. That movie's great. I love that movie.
So I'm just gonna run through a couple of these, and you tell me if you've even heard of them.
Nope.
2001: Space Odyssey.
Oh yes. Oh yeah. No, we don't need another 2000. It's too late for that. 3001 now. I can't wait.
Exactly. The Big Lebowski.
I remember the Big Lebowski. I don't remember if I mean, I don't remember anything about it. I remember seeing it, but I don't remember anything of it.
So that's another one of those comedies. The Reservoir Dogs.
Oh shoot! Yes, I told you about Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That shoot. See, I don't feel like I'm gonna have a movie here that I'm gonna say, oh yeah, make another one.
No, I don't think so either. But
I think we should appreciate for what they are.
Yes.
Yeah.
28 Days Later. Have you seen this one?
Yes. Wait, is that the one with the monkey?
The one with the monkeys.
I'm talking about 28. The one with the monkey that has... Oh, that's Outbreak. There's another one.
Well, yeah. Well, 28 Days Later was... Believe it or not, it was monkeys, but it was a rage virus.
That's what it was.
That hit people.
See, I remember.
They weren't zombies. They were just like...
Rage
shaking
people.
with rage,
Yeah.
So they did a sequel to that. And
29 days later?
No, it was 28 weeks later.
28 weeks?
Yeah. And they should have just... The first one, I think, is probably one of the... it's probably one of the best zombie-type films.
Really?
Period.
And they're not even zombies.
No, they're not zombies.
They're just rage people.
They're just rage people.
Rage Against the Machine.
The Thing. Have you heard of The Thing from the 80s?
Are you talking about
is it the Antarctic?
Thing.
The Thing. No?
I've heard about it, yes, definitely. But I'm thinking about Swamp Thing.
No. That's a cult classic right there.
That is a cult classic right there.
I like Swamp Thing.
A very gory movie.
That had Heather Locklear, the blonde, right?
Yes, it does. Yeah,
I remember that.
Yes,
too, yeah.
Something. Yeah, that was actually that movie was a lot bloodier than I anticipated to be.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's one of those. That's definitely a cult.
That
movie.
is definitely a cult classic.
Right
Yes, Swamp Thing. There you go. Swamp Thing. We can use. Hey, you want a superhero movie? Bring Swamp Thing back. There you go.
Dude, you know that is a DC property, right?
What are they waiting for?
Did you know there was a comic that him and he came in and took over Gotham City and
Swamp Thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Batman had to take him down. Yeah, it was pretty serious. All right, real quick. Dazed and Confused.
I heard about this and Confused. I never seen it.
Okay. A Clockwork Orange.
Now this is turning into. Have you seen it?
No, I know, but you never heard of it.
No.
Oh, okay. The Rocky Horror.
No, but tell me about them. Tell me real quick. Give me a. Or tell me. Maybe not tell me about them. Tell me. Do you think it should be?
Oh no. Dazed and Confused. Well, Dazed and Confused maybe. Dazed and Confused is a gosh, I want to say took place in the 60s, maybe 70s. Mm-hmm. It wasn't in that time, but it took place in that time. It actually had Matthew McConaughey. Oh my God, the one playing Batman now. What is his name?
The one playing Batman now?
Yes. What is his name?
Ben Affleck?
Thank you, Ben Affleck. It had a bunch of actors in it in their youth.
Oh wow.
And it was very almost like
I might have seen it actually.
It was actually pretty hilarious. My favorite line. First off, Matthew McConaughey has lived off this line forever. As for his all right. That's where that comes from.
That's where it comes from. Okay, I think I've seen it. Yeah.
He has this one line. Me and my boy Josh used to laugh hysterically about it. He was like, "You know what I love about these high school girls? Every year I get older, and every year they stay the same age." So hysterical, dude.
Yes.
But anyway, that's a
great.
good one. Clockwork Orange is from the same one who did Space Odyssey. My gosh.
Oh, I don't
know. He did.
Who did Space Odyssey?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. What is
Hey
it?
Siri, who did Space Odyssey?
You're gonna be really upset when it says what the name is.
Let me see.
Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick. That's his name.
That's what it says.
Stanley
Yes.
Kubrick, yes. So Stanley Kubrick did Space Odyssey. He also did this movie, Clockwork Orange.
Okay.
And he also did, oh my God, the one with the guy in the hotel and he goes crazy. It's the classic one with the kid in the little tricycle goes through the hallways. Oh my God!
Oh my God! I know which one you're talking about, and I hate
The Shining.
The Shining. There you go.
So he did.
Oh my God! So good.
So he also did Clockwork Orange. Clockwork Orange really goes on the line of a little bit insane. There's a little bit of graphic nature to it, like really graphic nature to it. So it rides the line of. It's hard watch.
It's not porn.
Yeah, almost.
Oh shit.
But anyway, they can leave that in the past. As far as I'm concerned, don't even bother touching that product. And Mariachi, have you heard of this?
Oh
one?
yes.
Okay.
Oh my God. I'll be okay with a
sequel
reboot.
to that?
No, with a reboot of it.
I was gonna say because
a mariachi now. I'd be great. I think.
You think so?
Yeah.
Did you see the sequels?
There was sequels to them.
Yes.
I don't
They
know.
weren't called El Mariachi. So you seen El Mariachi, right?
Well, yeah. I think. What would they call? I think I see it.
Desperado.
Yeah. Fucking hell yeah. Of course.
Okay,
of course. I saw Desperado.
Right.
Come on.
So
Actually, I saw Desperado before I saw Mariachi.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then because people say, "Oh, there's a sequel." Oh, okay.
So
That's great.
was it worth? Oh, there was worth it.
Yeah, of course.
So this is a case.
Yes, this could actually. I would not mind this one's be something for this generation. Just bring it to this generation.
It's not that old of a generation. It was in the 90s.
I know, but freaking millennials,
All right, the last one here is probably on everybody's list. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh, yeah, on every Horror's list, of course. How can I forget about what is Rocky Horror's Picture
Let me tell you. I watched this again I had this weird moment where I was just catching up on a bunch of cult films, and so it was right around the same time as all the other ones, and it's musical sort of, and I did not like it. No. I almost Judied this, basically.
It's like, nope.
Yeah, it's like, this is worse than The Happening. It's, but people, I don't know. I don't get it. People love the hell out of this Rocky Horror Picture Show. They did recently a made-for-TV remake, which nobody likes. So, again, yeah. So, anyway.
How you watch Citizen Kane?
I have not.
People
Is that the one with Rosebud?
I don't know anything about it other than a lot of people rave about it, but at the same time, a lot of people also say, yeah, a lot of people rave about it, but I don't know what it is. I don't see why. I don't see why.
That's another one. So it's on the list.
Anybody has watched Cityscape, please enlighten us. Come below. Let us know
what you think about.
Yeah, and if you have any other movies that you think that should be considered also cult classic or that I should watch. And yes, I know I gotta watch Pulp Fiction already. I know. Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
But little by little, I'm watching Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank.
Yes, that one. I'm watching that. Please comment below. Feel free.
Yes.
Give me some recommendations. Give me some good. I appreciate movies that have like a amazing out of left field reveals. I love those movies.
You're gonna like Shawshank. You're definitely gonna like Shawshank.
Right.
Anyway, so but yeah, if you do have any other films that I did not mention, I'm pretty sure I got them all here, the majority at least. But yeah, any other ones that you feel are considered cult classics? Do you feel as if we need something more from these particular titles? I really don't think so. I really think that they should be, while I appreciate 2049, that was a risk that they're obviously not going to get paid off on. So,
You know what? I'm surprised. I hate to say this aloud because I don't want to give Hollywood ideas, lol. But I'm surprised that there's no Casablanca 2017 or Gone with the Wind 2018. Old stories that are retold but in the present time.
Yeah.
I don't know how would they make them, because to be honest with you, I've never seen Casablanca.
Casablanca,
but I know
they're
dude. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm surprised that it hasn't gone to that.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you some lines, and you tell me if you've heard these lines before, used anywhere else.
Anywhere else? Okay.
Of all the gin joints in all the places in all the world, she had to walk into mine.
I heard that somewhere.
That's from Casablanca.
That is on 51st Day.
Oh, so here's another one. This may be the beginning of a beautiful friendship, or maybe the start of a few. Yeah.
I know, and I've seen that. I've seen that from Casablanca. I've seen the scene of it.
The scene of it. Yeah. There's a lot pulled out from there. Casablanca is awesome. First off, I find it hilarious because the comedy is one of those. They're not trying to be funny, but they're really sarcastic. Yeah, and I just laugh at sarcasm. So anyway. So that's definitely not a cult classic. That's just a classic.
That's
period.
just a classic.
But anyway, if you have any of those, let us know. As always, go to goodgame.tech. This is going to, by the way, take us to the end here of the real episode 77. Go to goodgame.tech, guys. Join the conversation there. And Always, please subscribe to this channel, like it, share with your friends.
Help us out on YouTube, please.
Yes.
Because we need more subscribers on YouTube so we can secure our
Absolutely.
URL. So please don't be like that. Please, we're begging
Just
you.
click on the like button.
Click on the subscribe button, actually, on YouTube.
Oh, yes, the subscribe. Thank you. This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Mad Dog, signing off for this week. Mr. David Santos, take us home because Shadow's not here.
Well, that's gonna be my take home. It's gonna be like, I miss Shadow.
I do miss Shadow.
It was a heartfelt miss. You know,
Yes.
we didn't have a shadow.
I would love to know.
Not to cast a shadow. It was very unsettling. Actually,
I see what you did there.
It makes me incomplete. It makes me feel incomplete. But yeah, guys. Thank you for listening to the Mouthful podcast. Share with your friends. You know, don't be like that. And power to the people.
Oh, by the way, just in case you didn't know, because he didn't know, the president of the Virgin Islands is also the president here. Just FYI. We'll see you guys next week.
GG.